Went back to FVRV TV. So obviously this is another great video you know I'm doing. Obviously it's obviously in the top 18 sports documentaries and films. So basically, if you've ever seen any of these films, so basically in this list that you've got documentaries and films. So basically, the films themselves aren't documentaries, but as it says, films itself. Obviously it's films. So it'll be obviously it's like films part was obviously the top 18 sports documentaries. That's films part one. I'm going to be doing part two to this, not yet, but I've got plans to do part two to it, which again I've got everything before this, but I'm thinking that we are going to do like a part two to it, but we'll get into the first premise of it. Obviously getting to this now. Obviously let's get into it. Obviously number 7. We'll start with 18. Well, that's not 18 gone, obviously number 18. I'm gonna go with the greatest game ever played. Again, you don't know this one. Basically at the time, this was actually about the first amateur American golfer. His name was Francis Weemat, and he was actually, I think his parents were American Irish. I think his parents were American. I think his parents like American Irish. Again, his name, not a name, but you know what I mean. He tended, he's Irish because the name above there. So basically, he was the first amateur American golfer to win it, to basically win news on, because a lot of now I think because one, a lot of English golfers went over to America and won over there quite a few times, but again, this is the first time an amateur American has won this. And this is the first time an amateur American golfer's gone over there and won. So again, if you're interested in golf, so like that, this film's great because it's showing you how it's done. But again, even like the golf, not golf, you know what I mean? Like even like at the time, I think it was like 19. I can't remember. Things like 19. I think it's like 1900s. Things obviously around the 90s. I think it's 19. I can't watch it in a while. I'm watching in a while, but I know it's set something like in the 1900s, something like that. I think it's like 1912 or 13. I can't remember now. I think it's not one of the first ones. It's like something like 19. I don't know where, but I know something in 19. It's in 1900 and all that. But it's like basically back then golf was golf was like a rich man's game. You have to be rich to play golf, and a lot of people are like, oh, the rich play golf, and then they didn't used to have like amateur. They used to have to sing like the win, whatever. Again, it's a really brilliant film because one, and what I actually love about it is you see how golf back then was like, and you look at golf back then and you look at now, it's different. Basically, I think the golf clubs back then were made of wood, and basically, if you got you didn't unless you snap it that way. But again, a lot of basically I think the few English golfers went over to America, obviously in that year to go and play in the US Open as you were. In the golf US Open as you were, but it's mad though. Basically, a lot of them, I think, listen, I can't remember one, but I think like a few of the English ones hated like the really posh, snobby what English ones are. Like some, I think like one of the golfers, sorry, I talked fast sometimes. Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, but it's really mad. Basically, I think in golf he's long dead now, but basically he's been never worried now. Basically, this thing's golfer. He's from Jersey. I don't know. I've never been Jersey, but yeah, obviously he's from Jersey, and no one from London. And basically, these two, and this other one is like, oh, get me up, whatever. I love the fact they say you are just. I can't say words because swearing, but basically what they thought of him was not very nice. But yeah, obviously getting game I played. Obviously 2005. It's a film again, an absolutely brilliant film. You haven't watched it, go and watch it. It's so good. Honestly, like you want to know about golf and all that history, go and watch it. I watched it. I was like, wow, I never knew that. Golf back then it was a different thing. You didn't. Anyway. On number 17, I'm gonna go with The Great Escape. Not after the war film. I'm not going to get going on. I was number 17. I'm going to go with Escape to Victory again. Obviously, released 1981. Obviously, released 1981. Obviously, film released 1981 again. Absolutely brilliant film again. Obviously, I think this film's great because one. Obviously, I think obviously there's American. So I think obviously there's American POWs. There's obviously there's American POWs. There's obviously American POWs. There's English POWs. There's a few other countries of European, not European, I think over European PW as well. There's a few others, but again, now what I think so that's all right. You've got you got the great Michael Caine as I think that as felt like planning the escape and all that as you were, and he's also the captain of the team. So it's like, oh my god, he's also the captain of the team as well. It's mad. And basically, I think you've also got like legendary footballs. No, you got legendary football. You got obviously, yeah. I think in this film you've got some really good legendary footballs. Footballs likes of um Mike Zombie, Pele again. Obviously, the great legendary footballer Pele. I mean, oh my god, Pele! Like he's an absolute legend in the game. Oh, obviously Pele, Boy Moore. I think there's a few more footballers in this film as well. But again, I just loved it because basically, so but yeah. So I think story of the film obviously. So basically, the Germans obviously have I think like so basically. So basically, the Germans have a match with so basically, the Germans have a match with the POWs, and basically they have a match. Obviously, home side is obviously Germans, as you were, and the away side is obviously the POWs. The Pele Ulls. Anyway, basically on that side, I said, listen, right, we used to play against, we played against them like earlier, whatever. And it's mad, but basically, it's an incredible thing. It's what I love about it is right. The fact is right. I think so. Basically, what to do, right? So basically, also, I didn't mention I was saying God, but I think who else was in this film? Who else was in this film as well? I thought I think like also in this film you also have actors like obviously Sylvester Stallone. He was in it. Again, there's a few actors. I can't remember the name, but there's a few other actors, good actors in this film as well. Again, a few good actors in this film. Again, this is a film I generally think it's again obviously yeah. Now obviously the film itself is obviously about obviously. I think while the match, I think they plan so that's why the matches. I think while the matches, obviously half time, obviously not going out yet, and basically say, what, at half time I'm going to skate, whatever. And basically, Pele says, what, no, Angry, let's stay. I want us to go. I want us to win this game, and then we'll escape. And I love the fact he says that. I'm like, no, he doesn't say anything where it's going to be on me. He says something similar to that. It's like, I want to stay and win the game, and then we'll escape. I was like, wow. Like, imagine Pele saying that. He talking about this is Pele. This. Obviously, one of the youngest players to play in the Brazil squad back in 1958. Do that, and then again, obviously, a fellow sadly more just things like 2-3 years ago passed away. Yeah, really sad. I remember he died. Yeah. Oh, just legend again, absolute legend again. So again, obviously, you want a really good film. It's got football you've heard of, like Boy Moore, but Pele and all that. This film is definitely furious. Me personally, I love this film. It's so good. Stallone's brilliant in it. Again, obviously, Stallone goal. I think so basically, our own position. So basically, Boy Moore's the centre back as you were. In goal was Stallone again, in real life we'd never seen him goal, but amazing film though. But again, really, obviously, it's a really, really interesting good film. Again, if you want a really good film, go and watch. It's so good. Again, I watched it, I was like, wow. Then on number 16, I'm gonna go Happy Gilmore 1 and 2 again. Happy Gilmore films, I think you class them as comedy films now, but I think you class this film as comedy as well. But again, this film is like, it's weirdly, I don't know what sports film, I don't know, but again, I think you'd be classed as sports and comedy. Probably drama as well, but again, it's a really good film because one, it's a really good like film. Because again, I love the fact this film is basically like because basically this film reminds me when I first stopped playing golf. It reminds me when I first stopped playing golf. Honest to God, because basically when I stopped playing golf, as you were, I used to get so mad, so wound up, like I just basically lose it. Oh my God! At some point, I was like, basically, it reminds me of thinking, what? It reminds me when I just get my golf. That's me. That's me right there. Oh, you've never seen it. It's just incredible. Oh, really good film again. I think they also did this. Yeah, and I think like they also did a sequel more. Again, a sequel to it. I thought sequel to the film. Again, sequel to the again. I think they recently did a sequel to it as well. Again, I think the sequel, looked like the original one. Was absolutely. In general, generally it was absolutely brilliant. Again, the way they did it, I think they kept the original one. I think they did it the same way that they did the original one. Like, I love the fact they did that because, like, imagine if they've ruined it and I don't watch, it's been ruined. They've ruined the franchise of that and be killing films. Again, I love the fact they didn't do it because again, I think I understand. This film was so good in its time, amazing. I just think it's a very good film. It really goes, yeah. So basically, the plot of the film, as you will obviously yeah, so basically this hockey player, he's not golf god, no, but basically this hockey player who wants to get, obviously wants to get picked, obviously, to play for the hockey team, obviously his local hockey team, but somehow, because he's so angry and whatever, he's so angry and whatever, right? He's so angry as well, and he's obviously so angry as well, but obviously he's so angry for some odd reason, he's so angry as well. It's an amazing thing, because one, it's really good, because basically he does that, and then I think he really ends up like start playing golf and said, listen, right, you play golf, you do this, you win this, you get money for you can buy your grandfather's house, because the house gets sale, because I think it's to do with like the tax. I don't know how it works. Basically, they have to buy the house back as basically it's just this golf course. She's McGavin, who's basically he thinks he's all like oh, give me, and he thinks he's that, right, and it's really funny. Basically, just I've seen the film where basically he's like running, because like he's running, thinking he's won whatever. Oh, basically the fella who's like, you basically look, but you ever seen Jaws, or you ever seen James Bond? He looks like James Bond. I think it's him. Yeah, basically, I can't remember to say now. He chases him down. Oh my god! Yeah, watch it. Oh, it's hilarious. Also, you see it on, and basically, I think in the second one is you see something Mr one that someone says that's scary. I was like, yeah, that's it's like, yeah, you don't want to mess with one because he's a little right. Oh my god, properly, just really good film. Yeah, really good. Again, obviously, really good film. Again, you want to watch the really good film. Again, obviously, yeah. So I think obviously the first one was done, I think, in like the early or late 90s. Again, real film. But I think obviously the second, I think the sequel was done obviously this year, 2025, released. Again, I watched this film again. I thought this film was so good, so fun. I was like, wow, I've never seen a good film like this. But again, I thought it was a really good film. I've seen a lot of good ones, but this one's again, no, but obviously, but obviously, you know what I mean? It's a really good film, because I also love it. It's so good because it goes, I don't know, it's just it's one of these films you watch, wow, how good is this film? You just watch it go, it's just amazing. But obviously, yeah, again, obviously, as I was going to track there, but basically what happens is, obviously, yeah, so basically, I'm not going to take it name because I don't want to spoil it, because I don't, but basically, he has to get the house back, whatever, and, it's really, yeah, I think, like, this film itself is really good, so, yeah. Basically, and I think in the second one, so I think obviously, obviously, the plot in the second one's a little different, because one, I think in the second one, I think the plot in the second film, as you were, is basically what happens is in the second one, Gilmour's obviously, his wife, Sally. I think Gil's wife, which isn't a great look for him. He's obviously trying to get back to normal life. He's kind of in a dump, really. He's like, whatever. But basically, he's trying to his daughter into like this ballet camp, whatever. And it's quite interesting, because he tries to do that as well. It's amazing because he does, again, really good film. I'm not going full plot, but I might review that one as well. But I might put down the thing later on for next season, obviously. But yeah, pretty good. Okay. So check what's done. Yeah, that's him. So 15. So okay. I was at number 15. I'm gonna go with Hope Solo versus US Soccer. So basically, Hope Solo is a women's USA goalkeeper. Now, basically, what happened was, if you don't know about this, basically, if you don't know who she is, so basically what happens, right? So there's like a massive case. There's a massive like court, not court. I think there's like a massive like. So I can't call it. I think it's like a massive court. Obviously, I think that's a massive court thing. Yeah, obviously, yeah. I think that's a really interesting. That's right as well. Obviously, so it's Hope Solo versus US Soccer. Basically, I'm just right. Basically, obviously, we call women parents for that. It's basically a lot of that, and it's also it's not just about that gun, but basically what it is, right? Someone in there, like, so basically, I think like when she speaks out in the court and says, "Listen, not Cook." I think not Cook gun. I think like once she speaks out, I think like once she speaks out about like stuff like, once she speaks out about women's equal pay and all stuff like that, as you were. I think like once she speaks about women's equal pay, as you were, it's been because one, like, this is a real person. I think the US national team, ended up just just basically just like blank her, and it's like, yeah, we don't know you now. I thought, wow, he's thinking, whoa, hang on. So basically, the fact is, right now, me personally, I think like they regret that now, because like she's, again, you look at her now, basically. So basically, I watched it, like, oh my god, I was so amazed, so impressed how well, like, how she survived this. Like, it's amazing how she survived it, because basically, I think it's something to do. I think it's to do with equal. I think it's to do with the equal pay. Like the women, I think it's to do with the equal pay thing. I don't know. I think it was to do with the equal pay thing. I don't know. I think it was to do with the equal pay. I think like the US. I think like the US men. I think sort of like the US men's team gets paid more, and then I think the US women paying get a lot again. Like I think also, I think with that is they had to, obviously, with the like training, they're injured, and then obviously the pay they get, and then even if they're pregnant, whatever, they don't get paid. So that was like, what? I didn't even know that. Like, someone felt like, okay, someone felt obviously, I didn't. I came in pissed. You know what I mean? As a fella, I didn't know that stuff. Now, because I love stories like this, because it shows you like the human side of it. Like, go, wow, like this is in football, in US soccer, in like football or soccer in America, in America it's soccer. But again, I love the fact this documentary is so. Obviously, documentary released 2020. It was like last year. Yeah, last year. Obviously, it's last year, 2024. Again, it's probably one of the best. Again, it's a documentary. I didn't talk about it. It was really good. Again, I love the fact, obviously, basically, she has to deal with this, and basically, she actually speaks out about this, and basically, the rest of the US women national team, they end up just blanking her, and just like ignoring her, blanking, whatever, and it's like, basically, I think like she ends up basically just like being blanked and left alone by her, and basically she ends up going to family, spend time with family, because like she's so like sick of what went on with the pay things. Like, wow. And basically what happened, and it was so bad, because I think like, yeah, now listen, okay, now there's no, you know what, I don't know. Now again, I'm not going to say anything about the US women's football, US women, because I don't know nothing about, because again, like Jenny has got right, I don't know everything about it, so I'm not going to say or judge anything, because I don't know anything about it, as you were. But one thing I do know, right, I think like one thing I know from watching that, I never knew how much like the women's football, how much the women's like soccer, or I think the women's football or soccer, how much they get paid. I thought, well, I never knew, and I never knew like they need so much stuff, if like, if they're injured and pregnant or anything like that. And then as well, I was just so amazed, like, wow, like proper. I was like, wow, I never knew that, because again, I watched football, but I never knew the women's one, like national team, was like, it was like that, where the pay wasn't the same. So yeah, again, you want to watch a really good documentary, I really like you go, wow, and then watch this. Like, honestly, got a proper good one. Go and watch it. It's so good. Again, you into the US women's soccer, go and watch it. It's so good. Again, it's one of the best ones I've watched, and I'll go on. But again, the thing I watched for you, but this one is up there in like the top 10, because it's so good. Again, I hope, obviously, yeah, you want to go and look, you want to go and find out who she's, go online, find out. So hope so. She's, again, obviously, I think she's like I think now she's like a former US women's soccer player now. I think she's like a former US women's soccer goalkeeper now. I think she ended up just walking away from the US soccer team, because of the US women's soccer team, because of it, because it's like, yeah, I can't do it. So again, maybe, you know what, I respect, like me, but you know what, I actually respect, not respect Gunham. Don't respect Gunham. I'll rephrase it. I'll rephrase as you were. I'll say rephrase for get trouble as well. But again, I was one meant by saying that. Oh, me, but you know what? I've got much respect for what she did. It was like, wow, like what she did. I was so not respect. Oh no, I don't want. I say it basically. Me, but you know what? I've got much respect for what she did. I was like, wow, she went and did that. Wow, I was genuinely, it's like, I've got much respect for her. She's great what she's done. She, again, you just look. She's like, you need muscle like that. I think it's amazing. I love stuff like that, because it's like, it's injustice. I love it. It's number 15, that one done. Okay, then number 14, FIFA Uncovered. So basically, obviously that was released in 2022. Obviously, that was a limited series on. You want to go and watch it? You can go and watch the limited series at Netflix. Go and watch it. So basically, it's about all corruption in FIFA. Basically, I don't. Again, I want to try to word. I'm going to try and word as correct as I can, because I don't want to get shut down or done for anything. So basically, as you were. So basically, it's about all the corruption that is going on in UA. I think like all stuff you all probably know that goes on in FIFA. I think like also. So now I think, as you imagine, this is obviously all about. So basically, if you've never seen it, so basically this is about all the stuff. All I think like all not I can't say I think like all the deals in the I can't say I think like all the deals and all the shady stuff that FIFA do. You know, all the stuff they bread and not bread. Something like all the stuff that they obviously put on bread. Like, oh, he's it's great with it, but behind it you're thinking, wow, there's nothing. So basically, for those that know FIFA, obviously they've got a few deals. So basically, you know how they got well, things like World Cup. I think like it's World Cup and they got in Saudi Arabia. That one's like that's things like that as well as that, right? And that's what I love about it, because one, you're actually seeing like wow, like you see like UEFA, not you're gonna, but okay, so not you're gonna, but I was thinking you're watching it. Wow, FIFA is like like I don't say corrupt, but like properly it's like corrupt in some ways. It's corrupt in some ways. It is corrupt in some ways, so it is. But listen, I don't say corrupt. It sounds horrible. Okay, you know what I mean? You gotta say it. You know what I mean? It's really weird. So, but I was like, no, I mean, no, it's really weird because basically FIFA, of course, it shows you not all of Cup Channel, but it shows you like some of the deals they make, and it's like wow, like basically like money in UEFA talk, like UEFA, like I think UEFA obviously they got like it's weird how it works because like the human rights thing, whatever, like the human not rights gone up. I think obviously like the value of football, or they obviously want I don't say money because if I say money, I might get shut down. But you know what I mean. But I was saying money because I might get shut down. I'll don't process whatever. I really don't want that. But okay, you know what I mean. No, I actually loved how I love the fact it showed you what went on those deals. No, I love it showed you like these people. You know, oh, these guys that and there, and basically like up. So okay, yes, okay. So basically, what is so basically what it is, right? So okay, so basically what it is, so basically what it is in this documentary, you'll find obviously. So basically, there's quite a few federations in UEFA. So they have like, I think they have a few federations around the world. I've seen like places like South Africa and you know things like Africa. I think all places around the world as well. But again, I think this is a great. This is again, me personally, I think it's absolutely brilliant. They're showing because again, this is like so important about what's going on in football now. It's showing because it's like it's not showing. You know what I mean? It shows like me personally. You know what? I was so glad to see that. I thought me personally, I thought it was brilliant because I thought it was really good did this because I thought it was really good how they did this. They basically somehow got them to talk about this and what went on and stuff like that. And I loved how done again. Me personally, I just love to ask how they did it because imagine if they did this, they're gonna get a lot of well, we can't say this, so certain things can't come out. Or a generally really good thing about FIFA, you know, about the money about the deals they make and all that. Again, really good, just absolutely incredible. So you want to watch something good, go and watch it. It's on. You want to watch it, it's available on Netflix. Go and watch it on Sky. You go and watch it. You go, wow, it will shock you. You will go, whoa. Like I know stuff like you know. Obviously, yeah, that was in 22 team series. Obviously, that was in 14. Obviously, that was number 13. Obviously, it's got to go to captains of the world. So basically, obviously, at least in 2023, it obviously ran for 6. Obviously, not 6 seasons, but obviously that's 6 episodes. So again, so basically in this, so you basically okay, so basically this is like it's. Yes, basically it's a series. This is just a TV series that shows you like every World Cup. You know, I think every captain of every country in the world, right? I think like the top. I think something like the top 10 or top 20 countries in the world who are basically so basically it shows you obviously shows players like Lionel Messi, Neymar, players Real Madrid. Can't remember his name now. Kylian. I was saying right. Obviously, Kylian Mbappe obviously shows you him again. He obviously shows you him as well. He's in it again. I think Robert Lewandowski's there again. Harry Kane's in it. So basically, this shows you. So basically, what it is right. It's showing you these players who are obviously like obviously. I think so. So basically, what's doing is showing you what these players who are like these are captains in the squad. And obviously in the national team squads you were are really brilliant because it's showing you that. It's basically showing you like, you know, what like it's like, you know, I think like what motivates them to be leads and captains as you were, and it shows you games of being in it. It's like wow. Like I was amazed. I was so like whoa, like that I didn't know like what went into that stuff because I was like they do whatever. I have to do this, whatever. But no. The stuff like the way they prepare and all that, whoa, like really what it really illusions like wow, like really you see like how much pressure they go through to become good, a good captain, good leader and all that. Good captain as you were, and that's what I just think it's a really good film because it does that. There's not many would do it, but yeah, generally a really good film. Obviously, it's in 23 episodes of again, the number 12. Obviously, I'm gonna go with first team events. I actually watched this documentary on I actually watched this series on I watched on and I think I watched it. I was number 12. I'm gonna go with first team again. First team events was released in 2018, so it was like what 4 years ago it was out now. So COVID, like it was like year 4 COVID, I think. It's around 2 seasons ago, but again, it's an absolute brilliant because one, it shows you. Basically what. Okay, basically what does it? It's showing you what was it? So basically what it's going behind. So basically showing you that. So basically what it's showing you behind. Not I'm gonna. Basically what's doing it is showing you the behind scenes of what the players of obviously the players of Juventus first team go for. I think like training and obviously all the personal lives, they've got wives, they've got kids and stuff like that. It shows you that as well. Is that right? I think so. Basically, it shows you that, and it's showing you the performance on the pitch, and the talking. Listen, we do certain things here. We do. Obviously, like the way we play, and it talks about that. It also talks about like the players' mentality themselves. Like this, right? In the squad, is get better, improve, and play more under the match. So it basically showing you. I think it's when I can't remember the manager. Can't remember Juventus. I think it was the manager. Can't remember. Not go on. The one at the time manager. I can't remember now. But yeah, again, it's a really good show. But again, if you want to watch a really good football documentary, this is for you. I watched it. I was like, basically, I watched this and I thought, wow, it's really good. Like. It's proper good, like it's like probably good because I love stuff like this. I love documentaries like that because because I watched one. I'm gonna mention it. It's on the list. I think it's on the list. Again, really good, obviously really good as well. Yeah, again, obviously a really good documentary. If you want to watch it, obviously amazing. Obviously, I think now, obviously, you want to find this. I think it's on Netflix. If you want to go and watch, you can. I believe it's on Netflix. I can't remember. I'll check, but I think it's on Netflix. Well, I think it's not. I don't know. But I think. Okay. 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 Done. Sorry guys, just checking my because there's a mark done. I forgot. Oh yes, obviously, 2010. That was 2010. That was obviously. So okay, the number 11. Obviously, I'm gonna go with The Last Dance. So again, The Last Dance is probably the best probably the best sports. I think probably the best sports documentary I've watched is Last Dance. Oh my god, like what I actually loved, what I actually thought, and what I actually think is so good and brilliant about it is if the fact is right. So basically, if you don't know, so no, listen on, okay, listen on, if you've never seen it, obviously, so basically, it's about the Chicago Bulls, obviously, if you've never seen it, obviously, it's about the US, obviously, about the NBA basketball team, Chicago Bulls, again, I think, you know what I mean, obviously, about Chicago, about the US, about the NBA, about the NBA basketball team, Chicago Bulls. Obviously, it's also about one of the greatest basketball players of all time in Michael Jordan. Obviously, like the man himself is a legend. Oh, like me personally, obviously, yeah. But as well as I thought because again, it's obviously about the man himself, the legend is Michael Jordan. Oh, just man's a legend. Again, he's won so many titles with Chicago Bulls. In fact, he basically retired from playing basketball, or whatever, and then started playing baseball. He thought it's quite good, and then he ended up finding it wasn't very good. He thought, he ended up not replaying a lot for them, and starting not replaying for them, playing for. I know he played. I went somewhere. I can't remember when I went to sign someone. I can't remember what it was now. Basically, again, so basically he did that as well. But was that right? I thought it was brilliant because one was that. Was one. I think it's not that. Okay, it's not that just gone. Not that gone. But what it is it's actually a brilliant film because one, basically, Michael Jordan, I think also, you've ever seen the film Space Jam. I'm not that's something to go and review that for the next season, like FVRV TV. But okay, you know what? Because yeah, no, it's really interesting. One, right, it shows that what it shows you him like doing the film for that as well, and then it shows you like it's amazing because it also shows you like players like Scottie Pippen, has a few players I can't remember. I know they are can't remember their name now. Basically, I think other players Chicago Bulls squad who were really good, like really good. Basically, okay, as well as that, right? It shows Michael Jordan, beating, something training, being competitive in training, and then basically saying, because so basically, what I actually loved about it was it showed his, so basically it showed his. It basically obviously showed his winning, obviously showed his mentality, obviously showed his winning mentality, like how much he wants to win how much he wants to win basketball games and get results and get, go the, not go the way gone, no, but not go the way gone, no. Basically shows him, not shows him, it basically shows it basically shows how much he wanted to win, like how much he wanted to win every basketball game they had, he wanted to win it. Then he wanted to he wanted to get Chicago Bulls to win more. He wanted to get Chicago to win. He wanted to get Chicago Bulls to win more titles, and like we need to go for another year, and next year go for again. And then basically it also leads up. Also, a few things about I think about John and the coach thing. They got along with not as well as they thought, but again, yeah, really good. Like what I love about it, he shows Mike John is natural. It obviously shows him. Obviously, were how it was. I loved it because again, but me personally, you know what? I'm not again. I'm not about game business. I used to play basketball in school, whatever, but I wasn't like a big fan. But again, I was like, wow, like so basically, yeah. So basically, I think what's this? I actually became a fan of Chicago Bulls because like I basically so in wardrobe I actually got Chicago Bulls like thing got from Primark. Then that's about it. It's like everything use now, but again, so nice. Basically, you probably see him wearing a video of him on AFC TV. But yeah, no, basically, I think, now, okay, now basically, because one, right, I didn't, again, before I even watched this, I didn't know about basketball, I didn't watch whatever. So basically, right, I think because I watched this, I actually became a fan of the Chicago Bulls. Honest to God, like, that's how good it was. I would have confirmed, like basically. So yeah, as well as that, it also shows the people. It also shows the people of Chicago what it means to them for winning them titles. So basically, I think they won. Now listen, right? Okay, listen. Now, anybody tell me in the comments I'm wrong, don't know. I think if you're a Chicago Bulls fan, because again, I don't know how many titles Chicago Bulls won. I've got no idea because again, obviously I just came fan from watching this, whatever. So again, I don't know a lot about it, but again, I know that I think they won. I think like anybody can comment, let me know how many titles won because I can't remember now. But I know they won a few titles under Michael Jordan's there, and they won. Oh yeah, as well as that, right? I think that's all about this film because it shows you maybe next time. So yeah, obviously it's rebranding because basically it shows Michael Jordan talking about, and then you see like when Michael left, and then so basically Michael Jordan ended up returning to Chicago Bulls after he retired from playing basketball and all that. It's like wow. And basically, in the NBA, they get like I feel like once they win the title, they get the ring. The ring, oh my god, the rings are diamonds. Like oh, that's so nice. Imagine like the ring. Like I think they had them more recently. I think it was like Crown Jewel. I've forgotten now. Basically, because obviously Crown Jewel they had them as well. Oh, like they are amazing. The rings are so nice. Like proper, but obviously it's so nice. But obviously, listen, right, you want to watch a really good documentary. The best one I can think of is this one. You want to watch really good? Don't go watch this one. This one's so good. It'll make you go wow. Like he's like his mindset is like winning mentality and all that. Winning mentality. Stuff. His winning mentality is it's just amazing. Obviously, that was released in 2020. So obviously, like COVID came, but it was really good. Obviously, I think like they had a few cuts with time, but it was really good. Right, mark things off. That's been done. Oh yeah. Obviously, yeah. No, it's 9 pounds, isn't it? It's 9, that's for cough. No. Okay, okay. Then was number 10. The number 10, I'm gonna go with Howard again. As never told him, this is about one of our greatest managers of all time, and that is now basically this is a documentary about I think, you know, as an Evertonian, this is a documentary about, obviously, about our club and one of our greatest managers of all time, next to I think, obviously, obviously, yeah, that's it. Obviously, number 10 going to Halsway again. You've never watched it, right? As an Evertonian, this basically, like, so basically, this basically shows a lot of our club, and shows a lot of, obviously, one of our greatest managers next to Harry Catterick, Mr. Howard again. Basically, I think like in the first season, Howard again became close to, you know, we did quite well. We did again. Second season, I think did 4, we won the FA Cup again. I think like also as well as that, right? It also shows you when we won the European Cups and Cup. Basically, like, shows we won it back then. Oh my god! So like, my thing's right. Basically, what happened was we got banned for like 2 years, because obviously I'm not going to say why, but we basically got banned 2 years. So some of that really wasn't our fault. We got blamed for us. But again, you know, it was absolutely amazing film. Again, you know what? I absolutely loved this documentary. Again, it's so good. It's about our club, about I think the players. You know, I think like, you know. I think I didn't want to put them down, but I'm going to put them down. I didn't put them down. No, but it goes part when I was out. I'm net parts I'll put down. But again, it's absolutely a brilliant one. Again, so it's about, obviously, how we can, obviously, about the playing squad all the time. You know, I think, like, you know, I think in the documentary you meet players like Gary Stevens, I can't remember, obviously Gary Stevens. I think a few exciting players who played in the 80s. I can't remember his name now. Obviously Gary Stevens, and Neville Southall. Again, obviously most of the 85 squad are in this documentary. Again, you haven't watched it, go and watch it. It's so good. Basically, it tells you, and also that, right? It also tells you about our city. It also tells you about our city. It also tells you about our city, Liverpool, quite a bit. It also tells you about our city as well. It also tells you about, obviously, our city, Liverpool, quite a bit. You know what went on during the 80s and the music. Oh, just like, wow, like just the memory of the 80s. And so I think obviously you remember the 80s. Obviously, you don't remember the 80s, how good we were back then. This is absolutely free because it's so good. I watched it and and I think that's even very day. I think even to this very day, like, obviously, I think there's also recent moment. Basically, I think there's also recent moment where, obviously, in 2015, I remember going to watch Everton. I think we played Man United. So basically, it's a reset part to documentary as well. It obviously shows you, obviously, the day we obviously lost our great manager as well. Obviously, 2015, we obviously lost Howard Kendall. Again, obviously, it shows we played Man United that day. Obviously, I remember going again with my dad. And basically, in that game, the worst ever game I went to in my life was that one, because Howard Kendall had died. And, it was so, the game itself was so horrible. Basically, I think we got beat by Man United, but got beat by Man United. But in general, the game itself, it was horrible. It was one of the most games I remember quite good. I remember. It's not been great. It was just like that game, like, you know what I mean. But again, it was really, you know, obviously, no support that, you know. But you know what I mean. It's really interesting because it shows you that, and then as well as that, right, it also showed the funeral. Obviously, had I know it's not unfit. Things that I know it's just a little bit. I can't remember the name of it. I know it is a comment than ever, but obviously it shows you, obviously, with the funeral as well. But again, it shows, as well as that, right? It shows you a bit, as well as that, right? It also says, right, how Ken actually got, eventually how Ken was put into the Managers Hall of Fame. Again, in my opinion, you know what, he should have been put in there way before, because what he basically what he did, so I think obviously, so what he did for us, he got us to win a European Cup, got us in Europe again. Obviously, I think around 2 years we lost players, and again, you know. Again, I think I was Howard Kendall came back again. Second round time, good, did a decent good job, and then second time came back. I think second time the second time was brought back, obviously wasn't great, and then third time I was like, I think he ended up just after that not doing it again, because it was again. I think he ended up to finishing because he just couldn't do it anymore. But again, if you want to watch it, it's so good. Again, you never turn him, go and watch it. Honestly. I think if you obviously watch it, you obviously get your dad or someone love to watch. You have someone watch it. It's so good. It's at its time one of the best ones I've watched. So, but yeah, really good. Okay, that's that one. All right. Yo, just jump time, guys. It's not too late. Oh yeah, obviously getting to we'll run through quick. Obviously, okay, then yeah, okay. Number 9, Unreal documentary. Series it's an Unreal a documentary series. So basically, Unreal is obviously about WWE behind seeing WWE again. If you're obviously a big fan of WWE like I am, obviously you're a massive fan of WWE like I am. This film of nothing, I think of this one because again, I watched it and all stuff I never like. Often now I'm okay. Now I'm in business. You know what? Now it's happy. You know what? I'm a massive fan of WWE because I'm obviously me personally. I'm a massive fan of WWE because obviously I am. But again, it's an absolutely amazing. Again, it shows you how it works. But again, generally a really good one. You want to watch it? It's really good. Netflix, still Netflix. You can go watch it now. Okay, I'll run through now. Number 8, obviously, Mr McMahon. So basically, I don't want to read thoughts because basically, it's about obviously Vince McMahon, who basically, I don't say nothing bad about him because he's really, again, I'm just going to say that. I'm not saying about it because again, it's quite grim and deep, and I don't want to get banned off YouTube. So I'm not going to. So basically, again, obviously, yeah, if you want to read good, what's going to be, go and watch this. Again, it's really good. I'm not saying about it because there's a lot of stuff in it I can't mention, but it's a really good one. Then number 7 is Simone Biles, right? So basically, Simone Biles is like, obviously, she's like a US. She's like an American gymnast. Basically, she's like, I think she's in basically like what now. Not looking, but there's a what I absolutely love about this, right? It's showing you the pressure that these athletes, like these US Olympians or not Olympians, like US like gymnasts, not Olympians gone, but basically, I think like these US like gymnasts, like these, like I think like these runners, not runners, I think like these US, not US, I think like the US, basically American gymnast Mobile, who's obviously I think she's put under a lot of pressure because I think like she shows up pressure she's put under. Again, she deals with a lot of she deals with criticism online. I think obviously she deals with a lot. I think in the documentary she deals with a lot of like online, not bullying. I think she deals with a lot of online criticism, and again I think like the pressure gets so much. She ends just I think the pressure gets so much. She actually ends up leaving it for like not. I did, but not them. I did, but not them. Gonna be. I did, but not them. Gonna be. You know what I mean? She ends up walking away for a little bit, and then I think like eventually ends up turn to it. But once it's gone down, like yeah, because I think she's also getting blamed for certain things. Like so, again, I was like, wow, like how she deals. I was so impressed how she deals with that. Like, listen, me personally, you know what, obviously I'm not, obviously, now, me personally, you know what, obviously I'm not an athlete, as you can tell, I'm not, but again, if I was, I couldn't, how she dealt with that, I was like, wow, like, that's what they deal with, and like, that's what these gyms, I think like these athletes, these gymnasts deal with, it's so, wow, that you just don't, wow, I watched it, was really good. Okay. So we got my first one now. I'll see. Okay. Then 6, the English game. So basically, the English game is how English football. So basically, if you haven't watched, this, if you never watched this, right? So basically, this is obviously a TV series on Netflix, obviously streaming. Obviously, it's like streaming. Not it's also a TV series on Netflix as you were streaming as well. So, but yeah, I think this is a TV series on Netflix. The English game basically it's how English. So basically, it's how English football started in England. Really. So basically, I think. Yeah, so basically, the teams that obviously ring that time. Obviously, I think the teams that ring that teams that started English League obviously were. I mean, obviously the teams that started English, obviously teams like Aston Villa, obviously our club Everton, they were in there again. Obviously Blackburn Rovers, Acton Stanley just again. Obviously Wolverhampton Wanderers, they were there, and I think a few other clubs can't make it now. Liverpool weren't in there at the time. So basically, I think those clubs, and our clubs as well, we were the first teams in the English, in the English, obviously in English football, because we were again. It's quite big. So yeah, obviously again, obviously okay. Obviously, that's I remember the team now, Blackburn Rovers. Obviously, I think the other team one is obviously Blackburn Rovers doing it. So they weren't called. I think they were called like Blackburn Olympic or something like that. They were called basically Blackburn. That now the Blackburn Rovers as well. But again, shows you what about. It shows you the English football for I think for English. I think like. Now, I'm not saying sure, but again, you know what, I loved how it's again, what I love about it showed you English football before, like, you got for the Premier League, and before you had, I think, so basically, it showed you English football before the Premier League came, where in 1992, I think they came in, so basically, it shows like, wow, and it showed you that basically, like, basically, sorry, it's gone that way, okay, you haven't seen obviously Sprinks obviously is, but again, like I said, I thought obviously, so basically, I think so basically this rich privileged man, obviously his wife, whatever, and I think their own child, whatever, maybe, or child maybe dies, whatever, sad obviously is, but again, let's not say all about, listen, I'm not saying all about Gunner, but the thing was, what I loved about was the fact is right, and basically I was like, you know what, and basically I think like this Blackburn Olympic challenge is like base challenge. So I think at the time there was a team called Eton Continent. So every Eton college, basically the team, I think team called Eton. They basically said, these comms are football, and football's our game. And basically they try to make football really for the rich and all that. And basically like this, like no, I'm going, you know what? And I think basically the team that they faced, the team. Okay. Okay, basically, you've never seen a film where you've never seen this series basically, so because basically shows you that, it also shows this like this stuff. So yes, basically like this young footballer, obviously from Scotland, he goes I think he goes to sign. He signed for no club, and then goes to sign for no club as he gets no rough from Blackburn. They want to sign him, and he has to go. And I think it's like they end up having so I think like him and the rest end up being this team that face Eton, and basically they end up. So I think it's basically, so if you've always never heard of obviously, so basically the Football Association Cup, or now it's known as the FA Cup. So basically they play a few teams, a few rounds of that, and then they end up just facing Eton in things like the finals, like that. And basically they end up facing Eton in the finals, and they end up. I think now they're the only team. I think the Blackburn they were the only team to ever win. They're the only like amateur football side to win FA Cup, and it never happened again. I think like Wigan won it like when Martinez was managing, but again, it never really happened again. Never happened again. Even Spain never happened again. I think Crystal Palace more recently won, but again, absolutely again, it reaffirmed again. Few actors very good again. It also shows you like the lives of the workers and how like basically like so it's like. As well as that, it also shows you what like Wiggins' like living stands like, and basically it's like he goes back and basically obviously I think now I can tell that it's the young Scottish footballer who came Sam Button. He goes back to Scotland he's from, and basically he goes back to see his dad, and basically you see like his family trouble, like wow, there is something like really good fun, really good series. Film series. Okay. I'm a few of these now. I didn't. Obviously, released in 2020. Released into the same, obviously. Released in 2020. Released in 2020, obviously. At least 2020. I was around from season as you were. Available, you want to Netflix, I think, available. I was running quickly, obviously. Clawback, I was released in 2025, around for Tuesday. Again, obviously, now, me, again, okay, it might be because one, in my opinion, me personally, I am a massive fan of the NFL again, and I think the team I support in the NFL has got the New York Jets. I'm sorry, but it's gotta be. I'm a Jets fan. Pretty much you know that, but Anyway, basically, it's about the NFL. So basically, this position. So basically, I didn't know him, but again, I didn't know him, NFL. I didn't know NFL position. I still don't now because it's so confused, like which is weird. And so basically that. But again, obviously, you want to read what's really good thing about NFL. You want to like know the pressure, like you know that the mentality, the winning mentality, and the pressure they go for to be so good, and then. Like, wow, like how it works in American football. It's so weird and it's mad. So basically, yeah. So basically, you're at it's a common name now. Patrick Mahomes, obviously, he's obviously another again NFL. Again, I think he's a quarterback for the Kansas City Chiefs. I think, and basically, and what I love about it shows you like what they basically. It also shows you, yeah, goes yeah, yeah. Again, it also shows you, not sure, kind of, it also shows you, obviously, a legendary player like, obviously, Tom Brady, and then shows you over NFL players, really, and it's so brilliant because I love the fact it did that. So, again, you want to watch, it's really good, but it shows you what they go through to win and what getting beat, and again, really good one. And listen to some, I was running for quick, I've got some vibe. Then I was looking for obviously the seats. So basically, that's documentary about basically you don't have so basically that's obviously so that's basically a documentary F1 on basically how they recruit. Basically once to drive. So basically Lewis Hamilton sort of seems he went to sign Ferrari because his deal at that Mercedes was up, and basically. Mercedes new driving basically starts scouting for these like young drivers, and they found something. I can't remember his name now. Basically, they found some driver. Yes, and what I love about it is basically they basically listen like so I think they basically gifted this driver, the everything they give, like the nice room, the little stuff and all that. As well as that, they also I think like they also actually massively helped helped him to develop and good, and then he actually ends up. You're making a pitch as well with the Mercedes stuff, and again, yeah, I'm watching. Again, there's one I'm watching right now. I'm pausing months it, but again, really good. You want to go and watch it. What is so good again? It's obviously about the F1 outwork and then the pressure they're on to become good. Basically, the F1 is like wasn't brutal. Oh my god, I'm watching one now. It's proper like whoa. You don't think, but again, I've never been able to go. It's one of the things I'd love to do. Oh, it's just like, wow, like, it's so mad how everyone works. It's just, again, incredible thing. But again, want to be documentary, basically, some driver obviously gets, but yeah, eventually ends up just going to drive with some amazing. Okay. Done. Obviously, I was wrong for it's quite obviously, yeah. I don't know, then, okay, then number three, obviously, Save Our Squads, obviously, but yeah, obviously, Save Our Squads, that's why Dave Beckham obviously led to X-Man United, and like actually play, obviously goes to save this like these kids obviously from help the club from being just gone through bus whatever, and basically so basically a lot of scouts obviously go look at these players, like from like West Ham because whatever, and basically they go and sign them, and basically it really shows you like how to make that like the squad good, and then I think like they only one season, but again really good to my tree. Obviously then I've done three obviously then again. Then I was number two. Then I was number two. Obviously, then I was number two for me. Then I was number two. I'm gonna go with Pele, Birth of Legend again. This film is so good. Basically, it shows Pele, growing up in Brazil, and it shows you when he actually signed for. I think when he went to sign for Brazilian side Santos, and signed for them, and then like he's, I can't play, I can't do this, and whatever. And basically, no, he can't do it. Don't listen. So basically, listen. I think so. Basically, the old man says to him, listen, right, if you can't think do it, fine, you can't do, don't do it, but if you can do it and you've got belief and stuff like that, you can do it, go and team, don't leave the club and whatever. And it's really good because basically shows Pele like what he went through, and wow, Pele went through a lot, and basically like you're talking about a World Cup legend there, Pele, because I really good, obviously we're run a few days now, but yeah, again obviously really good film, released in 2016, again absolutely, you haven't watched it, go on, this film is so good, it's in my top for ones. It's so good. It's the best ones. Obviously, I think obviously I'm putting on white, but obviously that's obviously the list part I've done. Obviously, I'm mentioning now. I'm meant to go to obviously starting 2024 to see. I've not watched this order as well. Sprint Part 2, 2024, 2 seasons. Obviously, Formula 1 Drive to Survive. That's what I'm watching. That's what I've got on Netflix. I'm watching after watching my stuff. I've got stuff from there. Watch up 2019 again. Run for 7 seasons. So I'm still watching it now. I was Breaking Point to 2023, 2 seasons. Obviously, Cheer. Obviously, released in 2020 and 2 seasons. Obviously, Obviously, Dark Side of the Ring. Then I was Dark Side of the Ring. Obviously, that's obviously about wrestling and stuff behind it. So yeah, I know about. I'm gonna watch that. So it's good though. From 2019 to 6 seasons, then obviously Neymar, the perfect chaos again. Obviously, that's about obviously the ex-Barcelona player, obviously PSG player as well. Neymar again, still playing football now, but yeah, really good. Obviously, really good. Really good. I think really good. Really good documentary, really good. Again, I've not watched what I've heard. Like, I'm gonna probably watch it. It was like that seasons. That was the last chance. Basketball. Last chance basketball. Obviously, last chance youth basketball. 2021 round 2 seasons. That's what it was about. Or baseball, that's the baseball for okay. That's the baseball, yeah, but that's the baseball. Then obviously baseball. Then obviously baseball, 1994, at least 1994, 1 season again. I've not rewatched it. I'm probably gonna watch that, but obviously, best friend knows which one. But yeah, okay, obviously, yeah, but okay, obviously that's it, you guys. Obviously that's it, really. Let me know your thoughts and comments. Listen, do you think the ones that are good? Obviously, which one of them is probably the best one you've seen or not seen, or think the one's watched on there, because I've got a few on and watched on there and all that. Also, what's the best one you've seen? Again, I've got another one, football one I've got coming up. Not yet, I'll be doing it, but I've got it. I'm probably reading it out because I'm trying to think some more, but because I can't think anymore. But yeah, there's a few I could put down. But yeah, again, really good. Obviously, let me know your thoughts, comments below. Do you agree, disagree with what I said about it? Do you think they're good? Think about it? Or do you think I'm more for that Spider-Man or anything like that? Obviously, obviously, I'm wrong. I don't know. Obviously, there's many others I can think of, but again, I'd be boring if I did that, so I'm not going to do that. But obviously, yeah, really good documentary. Anyway, obviously, listen, if you want to see more great, like, top 10, top 20 lists like this, you also see, I've seen new season, I'm doing it, but still working as you were on the new season. If you haven't seen it, I've done yet, but we are still process doing it. Obviously, stuff like that. You want to see more great videos like that. I want to hear, obviously, I also you want to, obviously, and also your new channel, make sure you subscribe to FVRV TV at youtube.com, because one, it absolutely massively helps the channel out, helps the channel going, improve, get better, so we can keep the channel going, and something I'm so passionate about doing, something I love talking about personally and stuff like that. But obviously, I know I'd really appreciate if you would support the channel, because again, it massively helps the channel keep going, improve, get better, all that stuff really. But yeah, I'd really appreciate you do that. Obviously, and also forget as well. Also, you need to make sure you subscribe to. Also, make sure you subscribe to FVRV at youtube.com, and also don't forget to press the notification button to bell. And also, if you're already subscribed, make sure you press the notification button to bell as well. Don't forget. Let's go through it. Also, youtube.com. You know what? I would really appreciate if you would share it on Facebook, share it on Twitter.com, share it on any of your other socials as well. Helps like it does. Obviously, don't forget to give a like, leave comments like I said before, and yeah, really good. See it.